Ladies and gentlemen, boys and the girls, welcome to Collecting Weekly live unboxing. My name is Zach. I'm joined as always by Elaine, the legend Kramer. Elaine, how are we doing today?
I am doing okay, doing all right. Of course, we are having another wonderful Monday night here where mercifully it's not freezing cold yet, unlike some other parts
Yeah,
of the country. And,
yeah, the weather
looking
was nice
forward
today.
to speaking, we're going to be unboxing a guy who looks like he could be in the Arctic cold if they really
Yeah, there you
wanted
go.
to show him there. Anyway, hey, Toy Mafia, always here, usually always first, too. The Emoji King. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hopefully, we'll have some others probably rolling in here in the next couple of minutes. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. Gonna get the camera kind of set up.
There you go.
All right. Get that. This thing sometimes. Okay. So here we have the Range Trooper. Mercifully, it was the Hot Toys decided to wait to the last week of the year before to throw out one more exclusive at us back at the end of 2024. I think it was December like 28th or something. This
Yeah,
came available. So got this guy actually in reasonably quick time for them for an exclusive getting to us. Um, this guy, if I remember correctly, he was in the graveyard for quite a long time, if I remember correctly. Um, Previously, where they had showed him
yeah.
like years ago. So as we can see here, this is one I probably should not have bought, but he was just too cool. He's a trooper, and I'm a sucker for a trooper. At this point, you guys already know that. And this guy I think is something maybe a little different special. That's why I decided to where I was originally kind of against the idea, as cool as I thought he was. And Solo is not my favorite movie, of the Star Wars movies that they put out, especially the Disney ones. But this guy was unique enough and everything. I decided to give him a shot. And I think these guys are in a pretty cool action scene in Solo when they're on the train. So here we've got the Range Trooper. I do think he maybe has one of the dumbest names. Like, what does Range Trooper mean exactly? Wouldn't that be, I don't know, the Scout Trooper with the sniper rifle or something like that? Would more appropriate than what they're using. But anyway, we've got the main figure here being shown for the Range Trooper, giving you an idea of just how awesome this guy looks. We've got the usual cigar band. Hey, Big Rib, hope you're doing good. Um, Here on the cover. Now, one thing, have you ever seen, Zach, or anybody in chat? Have you guys seen this color style of band used before for any figures that you can think of? You're muted, Zach.
I have not seen that, no.
Yeah, I was because that's one thing that caught me was actually the band here, and the coloration looked really different than I'd seen before. Obviously, we got the Sideshow exclusive sticker here, and then this is actually I like this image. So I like they have like kind of three very different looks to the figure itself. Now, as you'll see here, if you're not familiar with having seen this figure, there's not a lot that comes with this guy. Oop, well, that was different. So here we've got our usual kind of trooper style artwork insert where you've got the trooper, another actual pose for him with some blaster effect. We're missing an explosion. I do like this right here, kind of the Imperial symbol in the back there and everything. I think that was cool. Um, and then, yeah, take what you can get for the blaster effect. Um, Overall, though, not a bad box for just a trooper figure. So here we've got the trooper himself in his band. Pull this up. I don't mind sometimes unboxing these guys live because they're a lot less to worry about with little pieces and everything. So Zach, now one thing I'm interested in, since I mentioned earlier, this guy was another exclusive. Are you kind of over Hot Toys doing all these kind of exclusive figures like this? Like third or fourth importance and stuff that they've done. Like, because last year they did go kind of crazy with
Yeah.
these. Not, but they did some pretty
Um,
cool ones. But
yeah, Yeah, I don't think this is a figure that needs an exclusive. I think back when I started collecting, I felt like exclusives were, like an alternate outfit for a main character, um, something of some significance. I don't think this is really deserving of the exclusive treatment, in my opinion. This was a trooper that a lot of people like, so and
Yeah.
it's also an older movie. I guess I just don't really understand a lot what why they did
Yeah.
this for this figure.
What way this one coming out when it did and everything was kind of weird. Yeah. Um, so here we've got the trooper himself. Now, like I said, he does not come with a whole lot. Slide him over here real quick. So we'll start with now. This is interesting because this guy has a. This will give you an idea for how he's a very interesting looking trooper, despite all the various designs we've had. That's one thing I think Disney, Star Wars has given us. They've really expanded the type of troopers. Now, of course, continuity wise, we're probably wondering like why in Return of the Jedi when the Emperor sends a legion of his best men. Why weren't there deck troopers or something there? Even there's not a whole bunch of them left by the time, like, if that's some of the best guys, it would have made sense. You would have seen a squad or two of them fighting, like on Endor or something, if this is the big catch the rebellion. So there is a little continuity stuff with that. But, that's just because they were at most maybe like a drawing on somebody's board of a possible trooper idea, like the Shadow Trooper or something like that. Equan, we'll get to that tonight. Welcome as well. Thanks for joining. So here we've got one of the first glove hands. So this is a blaster hand holding. Now, this is interesting because you don't often get for troopers kind of very different coloration here. So you've got obviously the very white kind of armor piece on the hand, and then the glove itself is full of grays. And let me see if we can get it to focus nicely here. But there is like on here and everything on the creases of the gloves, some pretty good, nice painting and stuff that gives some detail. And the fingers are okay, bendable wise. He might be a little pain trying to get the blaster into his rifle, but we'll see how that is. Well, I mean, Sean, I can hear you there, but I would hope by the time that they blew up a Death Star and stuff, they took him a little bit more seriously. Now, here's a pointing gesture hand. Now, one thing I think is really cool, and we'll see this, I think, more when we look at some of the rest of the armor. Like the detail in here with this armor, like the paint going away, chipping and everything. I know we harp on that quite a bit with Hot Toys, but having this white set off against the gray kind of color or lightish brown, like really helps offset this when you're like looking at it. This is really cool. And I like there's a distinct difference in the feel where you've got the sculpting here versus how the armor feels and everything right on the hand. I think that this, like, this feels different just from when you're touching the different parts of the hand. It's it's well done. I really like how they have done this. So nicely enough, at least they included 2 trigger hands. So here we've got another one here. Man, this is just really like all this detail here, right along here, where you can see all that chipping. Like there's a lot in scuffing and everything. Really well done. Okay, that's different. I think we got a bot or something.
Don't worry about
it. But this looks pretty good. Hey, Classy Thomas. Thank you for joining us. I hope you are doing good, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And then we finish where we've got one kind of motion hand here. So not a bad little collection, but just 4. That's kind of honestly pretty far to the course for troopers these days, especially exclusives. Okay. Now, this is really cool. This is, I think, a new mold, but this is a variation of the E11. Obviously, we don't ever really see them in this white color. There is a lot of detail on here.
Yeah.
Really nicely done. You can see here. And what's nice is, too, they do make sure not to skimp. You can still see, like, on the barrel here, some chipping even to the paint. Let me see if I come on, thing. Let's see if I move myself out of the way here a little bit. But right here on the barrel and stuff, there's some really nice chipping and stuff to it as well. That gives the wear and tear that stays nice and in tune with the rest of the sculpting. And then you've got different barrels and everything on this. This is a nice little blaster rifle variant for the E11. Very nicely done. Hey, Classy, I get a lot of people are glad to see you today. All right, now that is it for the actual accessories. But here, okay. So here's the boy himself. Now, nicely enough, now I will say, the boots here did originally have plastic on them. I did take those off, and I nearly broke one of the part of the thing here trying to pull them off because they were so tight on that. So I am glad I did not try and do that on camera. But so this guy, for a trooper, has a pretty hefty feel to him. So as you guys can see here, we have the full trooper. And we'll take a little bit. Obviously, we're going to probably spend a little bit more time on this guy looking up close, especially the boots, because that's like probably the big thing with this guy. Dude, this guy, Zach, this guy looks so cool, like up close. This is obviously a very unique looking trooper, even in the myriad of other ones that we've had. Oh yeah, Rob, hey, welcome as well. Yeah, no, trust me, I'm aware that they're magnetic. Now I will say the bucket here does kind of remind me of the short troopers, which probably makes sense because that's what we've kind of been having with them. Now, this guy, you've got the usual chest armor that we've seen on like the transport trooper and some of those other guys, but here, as you can see, the white color really helps offset this with the scuffing and everything, I think, on there. Really, really just here in hand and everything. Even like right along here where you've got up to the whatever, I guess it's like maybe for air or something like that, breather mask under the helmet. Really has some really nice detail and just like it's not coming off completely. Get it focused there. It's not coming off as the paint chip and like the damage there and everything that this armor is seen. It's not coming off quite as well on the camera, but like seeing it here in person, this is like really dark, guys, and crackly and everything. It's like really detailed, really nicely done. So these parts here on the chest armor do have some movement to them. Now, as we can see here, this is probably one of the neatest things. You've got the jacket here. This I do think this is pleather, guys. I had checked with some other people who've gotten this, and they said they thought it might be pleather too. It definitely feels like it. So that may be one of the big drawbacks that this jacket could disintegrate eventually. But I really like actually this piece where you've got kind of the hole here for where the backpack, kind of the armor back piece that a lot of these like shore troopers and transport trooper have, where like this guy still has it. I think that's still a nice little the detail Hot Toys will put into their figures. And then still there, they've got all of the damage and the grime and just the stuff. Like this trooper has seen some action to him. The jacket itself feels really nice. There's definitely, as you guys can kind of see along here, they made sure not to where, I think, Zach, they've done a nice job with this making even though it's not quite at the like you can see on the arm here and everything, that they've added the scuffing and the dirt and grime really to the jacket so it stays consistent with the armor. You know, a lot of times you guys might know in some of the figures, sometimes Hot Toys is good about having like damage detail or having scarring or something like on armor pieces or stuff. But then you'll run into like parts like on the legs or a different thing where they're perfectly clean or something and they don't match up completely. Hot Toys did a very nice job though, making sure there's very much kind of consistency from the
That's my biggest pet peave,
front
Lane.
to the back.
I
What?
fucking hate when they do that.
Oh
When they
yeah,
don't weather
yeah.
things uniformly.
Yeah, they did a nice. Now I will say I do think like the one part might be the pants here a little bit. Like you can still see here on the armor, like the armor pieces here, like they still got consistently the scuffing, but like right here, the legs on the front here, they're the one part that maybe is they seem a little bit too clean in comparison to the jacket, the arms, and then even the armor pieces here on the boots, which we'll take a little closer look at in a second. Like they're the only part that seems maybe just a little bit too clean. But even they're like the one part that just the pant legs are a little bit too clean in comparison to the entire rest of the trooper. But that's it. Like they were nice and consistent with everything else. Now, just I love this helmet, and I love like up here, like there's just so much damage and like blaster bolting look in the whole shebang to this. And they made sure even here on the back of the helmet itself, where you can still see the scuffing, like there's a nice level bit of consistency with this guy. Now, he does stand because the boots are so dang heavy, stand up pretty straight, pretty easy. However, I do not think there's going to be almost any range of motion with the boots at all. Now, this is probably the part everybody noticed the most, which was the boots themselves. These mag boots, man, can you just, I love the deal, like seeing just along here, how you have the different pipes and everything that's helping to power them so that these guys could like literally run on the side of the train. Like the detail on these is just really nice, guys. And I'm going to try and see if we can maybe pull it out a little bit.
Yeah.
That you can see here on one side, just with detail. Now, this is about, you got here to like here. That's about the articulation of the feet. You're probably not surprised. Oh, what is that? It looks like a.
It's a 3D print that I just finished, but I'm just looking at it.
I was going to say it looked like something from Thundercats.
It's from Spider-Verse.
Oh, what from Spider-Verse?
In the movie, it's just like this thing that they perch on a lot. It's kind of hard to explain, but
like
it's just like a landmark that they
thing.
Yeah, they visit. Yeah, exactly. They just visit it quite a bit in the movie.
So are you getting that to put with some figures? Like, are you
I
getting
printed like 4 of these. It's just for Spider-Man figures. I printed like 4 of them, but this is the first one I printed in this gray color. So just trying to see if this is.
Are you getting some quality of the Spider-Verse figures to put them on? Like, are you?
No, mostly just like Spider-Man. I have Miles and Gwen, but this is mostly just for my Spider-Man figures.
No, that's actually a cool idea though, for sticking them on. Anyway, sorry guys. Since we don't have a lot with this thing, and I think that's cool, just some of that other stuff. But now for articulation, kind of give you guys an idea. I don't think there's any backward. See, the reason being, as you can see right here, is to help connect to the mag boots. There are these pipes here, and they go all the way up under, I think, right under to about here or so, and they really prevent any like much back movement whatsoever. Like maybe right about there. That'd be about decent. And not that I would try and really do that with this guy, because the one thing I think these boots are pretty heavy, probably because they also have the mag on them, is that if you're putting too much, I don't think you can twist these too much to, like, you're not going to get a lot of dynamic posing from this guy. Now, for the arms, Yeah, pretty good. And it is nice. You don't really get too much bunching here with the jacket. Let's see here. Okay. So this is probably about, and I would be a little bit careful, probably even putting it this far, just because the material here, the pleather, you probably want to try and keep minimize like how much where you're posing the actual okay. Yeah, so they're decent arm posing. Now for the helmet itself. Oh, OG fan. Hey, welcome by the way. Um oh, you got yours coming tomorrow? That's cool. I OG, I think you're gonna like this guy. I think for the price point, he was 280 if I remember correctly. Now for turning, he's definitely got a ball joint. Um, maybe get it down to there, back to there. Turning, decent. You're gonna want to be careful where you're moving this though, because this Fox, whatever you call it here,
Fur.
for yeah, it's the one thing with this guy is if you start turning his head a little bit too, it looks a little bit weird. Running beat how it does in figure format on the leather, but this, yeah. Oh wow, that's good. That's very good. So let me see here for a second. I don't think this should be too hard. Yeah, so OG fan, if you're putting in the blaster and stuff, obviously this is a pretty thin one overall in comparison to some of the blaster rifles. But the fingers here on the blaster holding hand are decently flexible, so you won't need to heat it or anything. Or it's not like some of the clone troopers where you're like fighting, trying to get and not break the weapons to come on here. But went on pretty easy. So let's see here. Now, this might be a little bit tricky because you got to kind of pull up the thing there. So let's see how this goes. Trying to attach this. Okay, there we go. Set. Okay, there we've got blaster in hand. Oh yeah, that's one thing too. There is no crunch. Forward crunch, there is zero to this guy.
How are you feeling about him overall?
I'm feeling pretty good with him. This is definitely he's not going to be the easiest thing to pose up, unless you're kind of if you're trying to cross the arms at all or anything. Just with the
Yeah.
suit and everything, it's going to make it a little bit makes it unlike a lot of troopers where it's easy to kind of get them, holding the blaster up or out. This one I'm having to. This one's proven a little bit more difficult. Not too bad. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get that up. I will say, I think if you try and stick them, probably give me a second here. Let's see. Oh, because you got a Tesla model. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. All right, give me 1 second, guys. And so move this. So now you can get a little bit better view up close. So this is helping you really see like kind of the scratching and the detail on the side of the helmet.
Yeah, looks good. May the North be with you says it's probably the standard design from that film. It's different enough that it makes the cut in an Imperial Trooper lineup. Gotta love the fuzzy collar.
Yeah. Oh, this is totally. If you guys, this is not something that's an absolute necessity by any means, even if you're in your trooper collection. But if you're looking for something unique and you can still find them, maybe if not now, but I would definitely say even if down the road you get some extra space or you're kind of redoing some of your trooper collection, this guy would stand out. The range trooper, and he's in a pretty cool. If you go back and watch the action scenes on the train with the range trooper, these guys actually have a pretty cool scene. So I'll try and give you some close up now, going down. So this might be the one thing you guys would see where I was discussing earlier, where in here, just so you guys can see even the detail that's kind of obstructed by the coat here with the leg armor pieces. But you can kind of see here where there's this is the one maybe thing with it that where you were talking about, Zach, where sometimes Hot Toys does not put this, whether it's like damage or they don't put in the scruffing and dirtiness and everything they put in other places. I've seen OG Fan, this guy put with Snow Trooper, and he fit in pretty well overall. I mean, it's still a little bit different. Yeah, I would say maybe the North, like it's definitely more Shore Trooper like esque. That or the AC, whatever the driver helmet was, I forget. That was also Rogue One. I'm not sure if we saw the Trooper, but it was that kind of helmet. So now here's going to be the easiest part to show. So you guys can get nice close up detail of the mag boots. As you can see, just the piping and the detail, like that. I think if Zach, if in December of this year, when you were if you had a category for the awards for like most detailed footwear in a 1/6 scale, this would probably up there and probably would win. I think, just for all the like pipes and the details here on the mag boots, and they didn't skimp even like just to show you how detailed in here. That little crudding and dust and everything like that they put in just even kind of in the sim lines and everything for here. Like this is kind of insane for just shoes. This is one time where I would say, shoes are an accessory as part of this. And then they've got all the piping and everything here. Just the hoses. Like, I mean, this is banana. I feel silly that I'm almost focusing on footwear here, but like, despite having a jacket and fur and a cool helmet and, having a white blaster, which is all different than we really see from Star Wars troopers, like, it's these freaking mag boots, man, that are the star of the show to me. Like, just what they did with this. And then even that they included some detail, like you've got the lights here and stuff showing that the mag boots are active. I would probably say OG fan, not something easily breakable. I think the one thing would be kind of here. The little armor pieces here, I think you got to be a little bit careful of. On the chunt there, those two pieces right there, you probably want to be a little careful. The other thing is OG fan, unfortunately, and I can say now, and other people had mentioned who I had talked to had gotten this guy already. This code is pleather. I'm 100% certain this is pleather. Obviously, I don't have it specific, so it might disintegrate over time. That might be like kind of the most destructible part of it over time. And here, let me just see, guys can get just a. I even like the visor, kind of how they do it with that. Let's see if I can get this to focus better. Yeah, I would say the same kind of thing. Rob Barnes is saying the boots kind of, Zach, remind him of the power loader feet would look with Ripley was in it during the fight against the Alien Queen. Obviously smaller, but kind of similar feel. I really like for the visor there, kind of the reddish brown sheen they have right there, and everything for that visor. It's like kind of a different look to it. I'll just show the back here. How for the coat, I think even the back of the coat helps show more. Just kind of the dirt and sooty look and everything that this has got, and just I don't know why, but I just love they have the hole here in the back. And just look at that. This looks like a guy whose armor has just seen all kinds of crap. And he hasn't had any time to clean it. Like, this is just a really cool looking figure. It's hard for me to judge this guy because I'm comparing to Trooper, like, I don't know. I got like Starkiller, Lord Starkiller. It's hard to compare those kind of figures because one's a named character where this is just a trooper from like one scene in Solo. So Starkiller's got a lot of cool things to him. I would say for troopers, because I've had several here, recently, like in comparison even to like the Death Trooper zombie, how much I like that. This guy is one of the coolest troopers I've seen. I would probably give him the limiting factors are this is a little too clean. And it's just the nature of like the mag boots and just bending with this jacket. It limits the articulation a little bit. So I would probably say an 8.7 out of 10. He's a very solid B plus figure. And you can say as a drawback too, he's an exclusive. So a lot of people now, do I think they would have sold more than what, like 2,500 or something they had for him? Probably not. But so I think to make it, they had to do that number. But I sometimes think for some of these type figures that by having them be exclusive, I like that they make it so that we have, if you get it, it makes it not just like 10,000 other people have it. But I also think that it makes it kind of annoying at the same time. Now, give me a second here. Let's see if we can get this set. And give us 1 second, guys. And this will be just the last thing we're going to do tonight. I need to adjust one thing real fast to my settings, and then we can go do this. Okay. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So See if this is working okay. Are you seeing my other camera, sir? Should be in the back.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me mute the camera.
Alrighty, guys. So as you can
Can
see,
you take it horizontal or no? There we go. Thank you.
okay. So here we go. Thank you for coming on this little trip. If you guys ever
Bro,
want
stick it on your car, dude. I saw someone stick it on that car door.
to, if it wasn't night out, maybe.
God damn it,
So
Ryan.
here we've got. Let's see how this works.
Wait, you're not even showing it.
Well,
There
let's see. I think it might be a little too heavy.
Aw,
wants-
boo.
He wants to slide down.
Let him slide. It'll be just like the movie.
He's gonna go tumbling over.
Do it.
No.
Wait, if you pose him better, like if you like branch his feet out, do you think he can do it? You know what I mean?
No,
Like a pose, like widen the stance. Do you think it will do it or no?
I think he's too heavy. Give me 1 second.
What the hell? I've seen people put him like on the car door. Or I guess maybe your fridge isn't magnetic enough.
It could be. But like, Yeah, I can. The magnets definitely take, but if I let him go, he's gonna fall. If I let him go, he's gonna go tumbling, and totally not willing to do that. But they're definitely, the magnets are definitely locking in here. I can hear them going, like trying to pull him off here,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not strong enough to support him. He's too heavy. That's kind of a.
Do you have anything else magnetic you can put him on?
Hi,
Zeus.
Oh, by the way, how's your big boy doing?
Good. He can actually officially wear his big boy collar, which is pretty cool. On the oven? Do you think you put him on the oven or the dishwasher?
Yeah. Let me try dishwasher. He's too heavy, man. Like the body's too heavy for the thing.
Damn, they must have better fucking appliances in fucking China because them motherfuckers were put on everything.
I know. They might also been editing themselves out.
That's not a bad point. Hey, you better behave. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll close this. You can take that one off then, sir. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry about that, guys. I was hoping. I'm not, Equan. I'm not going all the way out to the car.
Wait, look at this motherfucker. Look at the scheming. Oh, okay, he jumped down. I thought he was gonna try to branch himself from the couch to the table. Where's this? Come here.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Please.
Let's see the big boy. Everybody would probably. I want to see. You got to admit it. Oh my gosh, he's so big. He's so big.
Look at his collar.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
he doesn't. He doesn't. Yeah, no.
All right, go. Bad boy.
Well, at least he was that thing. When he's fully grown, you're not even going to be able to do that.
Behave. Now he's all upset that I did that. All right.
Hey,
well,
Clinton.
I think we've. Do you have any closing remarks? Hey, get off the doggy door. Jesus. Children these days.
Well, let me just say, I'm very I'm happy with this guy. I'm glad I decided to get him. I don't know exactly what we will have for next week. Probably Black Suit Spider-Man. You just got to keep your eyes on him. And anyway, thank you guys, everybody, for joining us tonight. It was a thrill having you all here, especially Classy Thomas. Good to see you. Yeah, he is big. It does all come down to pooping at the end of the day, really.
He's a bad boy.
He's a puppy, man. He's supposed to be.
He's too big. The little
At
puppy
least
brain is not developed yet. He doesn't know not to do things.
I'm just worried he looks like he's gonna poke and like take out your was it the crest? Razor
He's
crest.
already tried eating the little spiders on the crest when he was a puppy.
I believe
But
it. So I'm interested. Do you have anything coming in the near future? Not even with Cisco, but just in general.
I
Anything?
do, but I can't unbox it live because it's too big. But I have the Jazzing Dioramas, the Batman Batmobile coming.
Oh wow, you
So
have that?
I
It's gonna be
may
cool.
do a unboxing, like a pre-record, because it's just so big. I don't think I can handle it safely
That might be
to the
cool.
point where it cannot be damaged. But Philip the Fool is gonna come over and help me open it, so it should be
Well,
fun.
that might be cool if we have a week or something. Hey guys, the chat. How would you like it if there's a week or something we don't go? Maybe in the next couple weeks. Would you guys like maybe like if that Monday if we put up like a
It'll be like a
pre-recorded?
pre-record. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd have to be a
pre-recorded
pre-record.
unboxing by him for just kind of that week.
Yeah,
Or
it just
something.
depends on when it arrives. I know it's shipped already. I just don't know when it's coming, and then it depends on when it arrives, and then when I can get Philip here to help me unbox it.
Yeah, well, I mean that
But
could be
yeah,
like a month from now or something where we're gonna take a week off, but that could
yeah.
be something to look forward. That's what
And then I have the Dark Knight, the motorcycle. What is it called? The Bat Pod, I think is what it's called.
Oh
I have
yeah, the
that.
Bat
I
Pod
have it.
Dark.
I haven't opened it yet, but Trevor
It's
Weed
good.
was nice enough to
You
donate it to my
you got
collection. I just haven't had a
you,
chance to open
you
it.
got to just be careful with that piece because it's fragile in comparison
Yeah.
to some of the other ones. But we've got I did find out I paid in full my ATRT with ARC
Mhm.
Trooper, so I will be having that come in some point here in the near future.
Yeah.
And then hey, keep your guys' eyes out tomorrow for Collecting Weekly. You're gonna have a very big red certain guy you might be doing some talking about, hopefully with a little bit more details and information maybe between now and then. But should be a great week. CW is gonna have plenty of content for you this week, and hopefully we'll have lots of happy things to talk about on Wednesday night.
Hell yeah. Love you guys. Be safe, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Take care, everybody.